some Eagles Cowboys talk right now. This is the chance for Dallas. This is the big chance. They're sitting at 9-3. Philly's 10-2. Just humiliated by San Francisco last week. And the division title means everything for Dallas. Can you realistically see the Cowboys going on the road to San Fran or Philly and getting a playoff win?
I can see it, but it's a whole lot tougher.
And I don't remember what the exact stats were, but during the Seahawks game, they mentioned how apparently Dallas is way better on turf than on grass this season, which I couldn't find the numbers, but Dallas in their home stadium, you're on turf there. If you go to Philly, you're on grass. If you go to San Francisco, you're also on grass. One of those weird metrics to pay attention to. But I look at this game here, the Eagles' pass defense, really their back seven, just not even close to what it was last season. They're allowing 260.3 passing yards per game. That's 29th in the league. And we know how ferocious that front four is and how there's so many rotational pieces. They could get after the quarterback. Hassan Reddick's a monster. Everyone's a monster on that D-line. But the back end has been pretty weak this year. And Dak is sneakily, he's your MVP right now, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, Dak, 26 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, averaging 263.4 passing yards per game. Third in the league is Dallas, leading the league in scoring, 32.3 points per game. All these numbers would say Dallas should have a big day in the air against Philly. And I actually like them to get a win here, finally get a win against the Eagles in a big game. It feels like this finally has to be the time.
Paul, I hate when we start agreeing because this is always a sign bad things are coming.
Oh boy.
But I've been believing in this Cowboys team really all season. I've been saying it's the Dak comeback year. The defense is going to be good. And while I'm not thrilled with how close a game they played against the Seahawks, the fact that Dak Prescott was able to consistently perform and get them the win has to mean something, right? 29 for 41, 300 yards, 3 touchdowns. Tony Pollard got his. CeeDee Lamb got his. This is just a team where they've got lots of different ways to win, right? The defense can keep you in the game. The offense can keep you in the game. And those kinds of teams are dangerous. So I don't know. As I see this Cowboys team starting to come into their own and an Eagles team that frankly they look more like the 2022 Vikings than the 2022 Eagles. I definitely think there's a huge opportunity here. And if Philly wins this game, the playoff picture in the NFC starts to look real interesting, real fast.
Yeah, Philly had a real chance to secure the 1 seed with a win last week, and it's just concerning to see them lose the way they did to San Francisco, who's now beating the crap out of Philly and Dallas, just to keep in mind there. I think Dak Prescott is finally getting some of the recognition that he deserves for being a really good quarterback. We've talked about him versus Kirk Cousins on this show before. And both of them actually kind of took a similar route this year where they were, this is arguably the best football we've seen from Dak Prescott. And Kirk Cousins, same story. Finally, you're seeing these guys who are forever just said to choke in big moments and, not be top 10 quarterbacks in the league, even though they consistently put up those numbers. You're finally starting to see some of that recognition of, oh, wait, Dak might be really, really good. And him and Brock Purdy are the MVP favorites right now. Which is
the fact that Brock Purdy is up there with Dak Prescott is ridiculous.
I actually don't think either of them should. We talked about this in our text conversation the other day. I would have Tyreek Hill as the MVP right now. Which, why are you rolling your eyes at that?
It's a quarterback award. Quarterbacks are the most valuable players. They should win.
I know. But Zach, what do you think? You see Tyreek Hill.
Oh boy, I wonder what Zach thinks.
But you see Tyreek Hill more than most people. His impact on the Dolphins is massive.
It's unbelievable what he's done.
Yeah, no, Tyreek Hill's good, but he's getting schemed looks. A lot of players could put up good numbers of schemed looks.
Ziggy says,
Ziggy said
this is his time.
Yeah.
It is my time. It's always Ziggy time.
Hill has more receiving yards than 5 or 6 teams receiving yards.
Yeah, he's 1350 or something like that.
He's at 1481.
1480. Yeah, right now, I'm seeing the stats that Tyreek Hill's putting up. Last week, he had an 80-yarder and a 60-yarder. It's every single week he's making an unbelievable play. And it is a quarterback award. At the end of the day, it's going to go to a quarterback. But if Tyreek Hill, who's putting up these stats and having this impact on Miami, can't even be a top 5 candidate right now, which he's not on all the betting sites, that's where I say, okay, no one who's not a quarterback is ever going to win this unless you have an Adrian Peterson 2,000-yard rushing season. Because there's really no quarterback who's dominating this year. And it's still All of them are quarterbacks at the top of the board.
As it should be.
As it should be.
Was Cooper Kupp in the
I don't think he was seriously considered.
The year he had what do you have, like the Triple Crown they called it?
Yeah, the Triple
Yeah,
Crown.
but no, he wasn't going to win it that year.
Like what?
But I mean,
go ahead, Ziggy.
I will say this much. I think there are problems with how this award is done, but I am willing to bet that whichever team wins this game, their quarterback will win MVP, regardless of how the game goes. Like we saw, I mean, I don't know if y'all remember this, but like I remember that Eagles-Chiefs game. Like this game somehow dramatically improved Jalen Hurts' MVP odds despite throwing for 150 yards, 0 touchdowns, and 1 interception. Like it's increasingly feel like quarterback wins. And this is the big game in the NFC of the year, right? I won't say it's for the division. Even if the Cowboys win, it's probably only a 50-50 chance at best.
Eagles have the tiebreaker, right?
Indeed, I didn't look at the divisional records. I know the Cowboys still have the Commanders to play. So like that tiebreaker could come in.
Okay.
But doesn't matter. Whoever the division's up for sale, then it's just up to the 49ers. It's either for the 1 or 2 seed. But I don't know. It's tough to say what's going to happen this game, but I'm just getting a feeling. This Cowboys team has the momentum. The Eagles are reeling a little bit. I'm not confident in them. There's a lot to like about Dallas. Maybe this is their year.
Dallas's losses, I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. It's the Cardinals, the 49ers, and Philly.
Yeah.
And Philly, let's say they were to lose this and have the same record, it would be Dallas, the Jets, and the 49ers. So there you have the AFC, NFC. That would be the tiebreaker to Philly.
Notably, all 3 of those Cowboys losses on the road.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. Talk about the importance of the 1 seed. Like, you need it. And I'm looking at just the teams right now who are in contention. For MVP, it has to be at the moment Lamar, Dak, and Stroud, right? Those are and then Hurts.
I guess.
Like those are the guys.
This award, man.
It's a fun year for the MVP debate because there's a lot of really good teams, but no one completely dominating. So if the Cowboys get the 1 seed or even the 2 in the NFC, that'd be kind of wild. Do you imagine Dak Prescott winning MVP? The media would go crazy.
I think there's a good chance he deserves it, but when we get to the end of the year.
Oh, he's been fantastic. He's been fantastic.
I will just say this much about Dak is every single year people say that he's being carried by the offensive system. And then every year he's continually lost players, right? He lost, I'm trying to think back. So like he lost Zeke, he lost Brandon Cooks. I guess, no, he added Brandon Cooks and lost. Is it Gallup? Who's the name of the receiver that left a couple of years ago?
Cedric Wilson.
I mean, they lost Wilson, Noah Brown left. Like, I'm not going
to. They lost Schultz. This was another loss. Like, people keep going out. Dak Prescott keeps performing. Even when CeeDee's hurt, he's able to find guys to get the ball to. Like, Dak is the system. The offensive line keeps getting worse. He keeps performing. I'm confident of it.
He's the James Harden system. I said the exact same thing to my uncle today. He said, "Doesn't Dak normally get carried?" I said, "In the past, he's had great teammates around him all the time, and he still has a phenomenal team. But now it feels like they're winning because of Dak Prescott, especially this season. And for the past few years, he's just gotten better. And here we are, where he's having MVP caliber year, and that should get Cowboys fans really excited. But we know how it goes. You get excited for these big games, and then a lot of times you get to the playoffs and something just goes wrong. So maybe this is a different year. Who knows? But getting that 1 seed will go a long way in denying the chance for something ridiculous to happen in the second round there.
Amari Cooper, that's who I was thinking. I can't believe I forgot Amari Cooper.
I was sitting back going like, there's definitely someone huge.
No, there's someone big, right? And like
now we're gonna get flamed in the comment section. Oh, you guys don't know ball. Are you kidding me? Amari Cooper? That's how it is sometimes.